Hello, my friend. So today we will share knowledge about the engineering life cycle in the APC project. So regarding the feasibility study, capture of this design, basic engineering design, front-end engineering, detail engineering design, procurement, construction, pre-commissioning, commissioning, setup, and operational. Okay, we go for the feasibility study. The purpose of this feasibility study is to evaluate the project viability through the technical, economic, environmental, initial decision project continues. So this based in the EPC project life cycle to M is evaluate the overall of the feasibility of the purpose of this project. This phase involve the comprehensive analysis the technical, economic, environmental factor and determine whether the project should be proceed. So the key activity including the market analysis, site evaluation, primary design, and cost estimation to access this project feasibility study. So to primary process design and cost estimation, the output of this the feasibility report output is summarize of risk and return strategy element to inform the go or no go decision for the project approval. Now is go and no go the one of the very common in the project. Whether for the normally for the big decision we need to make is go no go checklist. Yeah. So the important for the stakeholder is critical securing stakeholder buy-in and foundation approval before advancing engineering phase. So, for example, for the chemical plant, yeah, for the methanol, we need to understand is produce of the from the methanol cost. We need to understand, for example, is the capacity 100,000 ton per year, and technology will going to use by steam reinforming or methanol synthesis and temperature condition, temperature for example 250 and 300 degrees C by pressure 50 and 80 bar. So what is the utility? From the steam, cooling water, air or nitrogen, consumable and catalyst chemical, site near gas resource, good logistic, safety environment, VOC control, flag system, wastewater treatment, and cost estimation. For example, how many is CAPEX or ROE over the 10 year. So this all will decide during this feasibility study. Okay, conceptual design. So high level process visualization is block flow diagram and process flow diagram illustrate major equipment and flow path in the system. Yeah. So to capture of the design phase build upon the feasibility study by developing high level process concept, primary engineering layout, engineering access. So that's why is then we go for the next is primary engineering layout, initial layout, define equipment placement and system configuration during conceptual design phase. Yeah. So for example is engineering create block flow diagram, BFD, initial flow diagram, and visualization major equipment, then including the major component and flow path of the system. This phase also include the true cost estimation and identification the major equipment, then early risk identification, conceptual design identified bottleneck, safety issue, environmental impact, and better risk management. For example, maybe need to AMDAL and all the construction permit for the building and permit for the how to start the project or all relation with the permit. Then for the tag, how to export, import equipment also need to study on this. Then cost estimation and scope definition. Through cost estimation and scope definition, get planning resource allocation of the basic engineering. So the conceptual design have to identify potential bottleneck, safety concept, environmental impact early in the project life cycle, enabling better planning and risk mitigation. Yeah. So, for example, we need to build up for the how many the major unit, maybe for example the furnace, electronic cell, slug handling, where the slug will go, and utility, compressed air, water, following cooling water, power substation, surface water, and also side light out. Whereas for example we need to furnace hull, so where is the boiler, where is the raw material storage, finishing the product warehouse, and for construction we need to understand where is material laid out, temporary construction facility. Then also the key risk and mitigation is we need to understand is secure long-term supply, sales contract, mitigate, conduct early EAA, installation emission control, mitigation upon the licensing of the technology, mitigate, implement is SIS, hazard, operator training, and etc. Yeah. So this is, for example, we need to discuss this one is the conceptual design. So, for example, if your project is not enough input, maybe it's better for suggestion to use is maybe some is consultant very special for this conceptual design. Yeah. Basic engineering design of BAD. So the detailed engineering document BAD development primary design into detailed engineering documents such of PFD and PNID. So the project foundation and approval BAD form foundation for the project approval, tendering, cost estimation, and so the technical soundness. Basic for the fit and bid. BAD delivery sets is state front-end engineering design are used to solicit EPC bidding. So this is the crucial phase whether the primary design developing into the more detailed engineering document, this including the creation of the process flow diagram PFD, primary piping instrumentation diagram, or PNID, equipment list, design basic document, then also need to the basic engineering concept primary use is to define the scope of feasibility of the project. So on the process flow diagram of PFD, then you can define the major equipment, process team with the flow rate, temperature, pressure, utility. On the primary piping and instrument diagram of PNID, you can see is main control loop instrument, symbol, safety system, relief valve, or start lock, something is like that, safety valve. Then plot plan, equipment layout, access route, safety zone, utility, and design basic document. So basic document is description is basic criteria, ambient condition, code, utility requirement, steam, air, water, power, and everything. And then you also need to will have primary equipment list, tag number, equipment number, capacity, material, and material of the construction. And also some is for the safety instrument, safety control. Also we need to based on the tick number, we need to understand whether we start from the basic engineering to define whether this mother core, something like that, then distribute for other equipment, something is like that, yeah. Then also we need to understand the estimation power, consumption, voltage level. Okay, front-end engineering design feed. So to define of the engineering output feed is define initial design to improve cost estimation, vendor data accuracy and layout plan before the detailed engineering risk environment assessment. This phase including risk assessment, hazard study, environment impact evaluation to ensure the safety compliance foundation from the investment decision. So FEED provide the crucial data and analysis that supports to final investment decision. So guide is procurement and construction. So to decide whether they can continue or this project or maybe discontinue, something is like that. So on the FEED. So FEED is the place where the basic engineering output is defined to provide more accurate cost estimation vendor data. So on this step, will more accuracy information of the project. Then is inform a detailed analysis, process system, equipment sizing, integration and vendor specification. And FEED is essential for making final investment decision or FID, final investment decision, and serve to the basic for the detailed engineering. This phase including risk assessment. So, for example, FEED for the another project. So, the purpose to finalize design and cost before commitment to the construction. So, for example, key delivery and process flow equipment spec, finance design, slug handling system, electronic refine unit, and utility and infrastructure. So on this page, we need to understand a high voltage power supply, cooling system, compressive air, on oxygen, and natural gas, and everything, and where is water surface water supply. Then what is we go to the next, environment and safety planning. So environment control system, fire protection layout, where safety on this stage FEED supposed to be good if we already get approval for the AMDAL, for example, for Indonesia, yeah. And then cost schedule, detailed budget, construction phase, and commissioning plan. So on this one have to clear. Detailed engineering design or DAD. So comprehensive technical documentation. DAD included the finalized PNID, isometric drawing, critical instrument layout, civil and structure plan, 3D model and class detection. 3D modeling and flash detection during DAD have identified conflict, improving coordination and constructability. Ensuring construction accuracy. DAD is minimize construction error and ensure the safety and environment compliance through precise planning. So this page where the construction ready drawing and specification are developed. So this include the final PNID and isometric drawing, electrical layout, instrument diagram, and civil structure plan. So this page also including 3D modeling. So 3D modeling is very important, yeah, to understand the class, to understand what the project look like, and we need to detect constructability review during DAD is very minimum error during the construction to ensure the compliance. Integration of HSE in engineering design. So this one be very important because it's in terms of the safety investments. So the safety instrument system or SIS designer per as per the IC 61511, responsibility as a hazardous condition, ensuring its operational safety, fire and gas detection and ESD. Fire and gas detection system is monitor leak and trigger emergency shutdown to protect equipment and personnel. Hazardous area classification. The classification explosion zone guide safe selection of electrical and mechanical equipment to prevent incident. Environment control and assessment, estimation, emission control, wastewater treatment, EIA, ensure environment compliant and sustainability project execution, and AMDAL or maybe RKL, UPL, something is like that we need to do. So the safety environment consider integrate to the both DAD and BAD page. The system instrument system is integrated in according to the EAC 61511 to ensure reliability response hazard condition, yeah. So the fire and gas detection system strategy plan to the monitoring potential leak point and initial alarm on the shutdown. Emergency shutdown system ESD are configured and select critical equipment during the emergency. Hazardous area classified and conduct and identification zone with the explosive atmosphere. So for the environmental control and assessment also we need to add is including the control of air emissions such as VOCs, NOx, SOx through subscribe fire system, water treatment system, decide to the manage influence within the regulatory limit, and solid waste management plan address disposal of the catalyst slag and other relation environment impact. So this is integrated C strategy ensure compliance with the international standard and promote sustainability project execution, yeah. So comparison of the drawing requirement. So this one is aspect BID and DID. So PFD is also the refined on the BID and DID. So PNID primary and final with the tag for the layout. For the BID is plan layout, and for the DID is equipment piping and electrical. So for the equipment for the BID is list with the spec. DAD is detailed datasheet. Electrical is for the BAD is load estimation. For the DAD is full SLD and layout. For the CPIL is BAD is site grading. For the DAD foundation and structure. For the safety is BAD is zone general zone only. But for the BAD is the fire, gas, ESD and hazard. For environmental, for the BAD is utility need and emission control. Okay, we go for the procurement. So the source and vendor selection procurement begin with the source and the respective vendor to the bidding, evaluation and contract negotiation. Quality assurance and testing. So quality assurance check factory acceptance test and ensure the item meet with the technical and specification before delivery. So before delivery, acceptance also first article test is first acceptance test is very important, yeah, because some equipment is we cannot repair after come to the site, so have to do some equipment and repair and some inspection have to do on the manufacturing site. So logistic and timely delivery, effective logistic planning ensure the timely delivery to ensure the construction schedules, project timeline, cost control and schedule enhance. So efficient procurement practice are essential for the controlling cost and adhering the project schedule. So the procurement phase involves source of the purchasing equipment, material, and service required for the project. Activity including the vendor selection, bidding evaluation, contract negotiation, logistic planning, and also technical agreement between vendor and contractor for the EPCs. But normally, technical agreement must have written and recorded approval by the owner, because normally is contractor only during EPC, but the owner have to run the plant after construction phase or EPC phase is success. Yeah, so the risk is more on the owner, even though have contract for the operational guarantee, but the vendor is the goodwill have to review for the technical agreement with the vendor of manufacturing. This is one of the good practice. So for the procurement, ensure that all items meet with the technical specification defined in the DAD phase and delivery on time on the schedule. One important from the procurement is we need to see is a long lead equipment to understand that is may have is critical path for the during the project. So once we can trigger the long lead item, because mostly is long lead equipment is the equipment is all other equipment will link with the long lead item. So this become very important and critical part during this construction phase. Efficiency procurement is essential for the cost control. Yeah. So the schedule enhance and maintain is project quality standard. Construction. So for the construction is site preparation and civil work. So construction begin on the site preparation for the piling, civil work establish and solid foundation for the project infrastructure and project elevation. So the mechanical and electrical installation, mechanical, electrical, and instrument installation integrate initial system in the physical structure. Yeah. Quality and safety management, straight at hand to the QA, QC, HSE protocol, ensuring a high standard for the safety work condition during the construction. So project coordination and monitoring, construction activity emanate via detailed the schedule, WBS, and continuous progress inspection and keep project on the track. PRM, project review meeting, and COO meeting, for example, something is like that. Yeah. So it's include the site risk preparation and also the construct stability document. Some is document we need to do some preparation for the construction. And you know, for the construction also from the engineering, I have explained from another slide. Yeah. So EFC, issue drawing for construction. Without the drawing, construction team cannot start, because EFC is official document to start construction. Then also we need to work together with the QC, quality control, and also the C protocol. The construction will involve is a lot of the manpower, a lot of the equipment, a lot of the document also. So risk of the construction is very high. So the construction is not one man show. We need to work by the team to and success together. It's not 1% success here. So the construction phase, for example, for the chemical plant, the purpose is to the physical build the plant based on the detailed engineering designs. So the, for example, earthwork, fencing, so foundation, structure, drainage. For the mechanical installation, equipment erection, reactor, pump, tank, cooling tower, turbine, boiler, something like piping fabrication and installation. For the electrical and instrument, cable line, switchgear installation, instrument mounting and wiring, and safety implementation for protocol system, emergency exit and signet, safety induction, Then quality control, welding test, ITP, hydro test, element check, and this also part of this all the activity. So the good construction is we need to understand is safety. So how many manpower without LTI, one of the achievement, the success of the queues, the construction also. Okay, pre-commissioning system preparation activity. Pre-commissioning including the inspection, flushing, pressure testing, calibration, and loop check to the preparation system for the operation. Issue identification. This phase is crucial for detection and resolve installation and system integrity issue before live operational. Documentation and verification. Testing result of document and the system verification to ensure is move commissioning phase. So activity including all calibration, and this phase to ensure that all components are installed correctly, are ready for the commissioning. Pre-commissioning mean is the critical for identify and resolve issue before live operational begin and commissioning. So this phase lay in groundwork for the smooth and safe commissioning process. Normally, end of the pre-commissioning, they will have some pass A, B, C, and something like that, and then have to close before go for the next phase, or maybe also this also inspection will go for the commissioning also. So we go for the next slide, commissioning. Yeah, commissioning. Commissioning is a live setup for the system and subsystem and verify the functional and performance. It's including the energized equipment, running process simulation and troubleshooting, foundation testing to ensure that all systems operate according to the design and specification. This phase also involves safety check, environment compliance, verification, operation training. Commissioning is essential for validation, readiness, the plant, and ensure that it meet operational and regulation requirement. So some is we need to, for example, for the power plant, this commissioning will do is a blackout testing, or maybe ID fan off testing, running 50% TMCR, 75% TMCR, and then how many megawatt power need to running the unit, and after the full running, how many megawatt still consumption and how efficient during the running, and also need to understand efficiency of the boiler, also efficiency of the turbine, or maybe heat balance. Need to understand all the aspect. Yeah, this one very important phase before operational. So also the system startup and testing. Commissioning involve energized equipment to running process simulation, verification system functional and performance. Functional and safety verification, and normally is we need the PGK3 functional testing and safety check to ensure the all system operate according to the design and meet safety standard. Yeah, operator training and readiness. So to make sure during this phase, all manpower for the operational supposed to be is already joined for the training. At least the main manpower and main every line of the discipline have to join for the training. The training with the vendor is very important to make it them understand the concept of the operational and testing, because during the testing and commissioning, many things we cannot find during the operational, and the people will more understanding and can open discussion with the manufacturing also. Then during this commissioning also we need to make sure, yeah, so they can meet with the regulatory requirement. for the everything, environment, output, utility. For example, they say during the design, this plant only can running by 7 megawatt, but after commissioning they go running by 15 megawatt. Then become power consumption is high, including the water, natural gas, and everything. And also we go to environment, and other is regulatory, we need to comply. Otherwise, izin operational permit is very difficult to get, or maybe after running, then operational cost is become very expensive. That expensive operational cost also is not healthy for the plant. Okay, startup and operational. Startup and operational make phase is a transition from construction to full-scale production. Yeah. So it include handling an operational team, final documentation, and ramp up and design capacity, training program to ensure that all parties are familiar with all the system and procedure. This phase also including the performance monitoring, optimizing, and maintenance planning. Successful startup is the culmination for the all preparation and engineering phase. So also during this startup and operation also they are discuss the maintenance plan, annual maintenance, 2 years, something like that, and maintenance planning during the startup, support, operational reliability, and one is very important from this startup and operation. One document is very important. We need to push to cooperation with the vendor and contractor to set up documentation, startup, and shutdown procedure. Sometimes they just based on the practice then become is not effective. When we have startup procedure, the goodwill startup procedure is become the plant can long life running. So for example, for the chemical plant, to safety to initiate plant operation and transition for the full operation. So verification of the mechanical electric control system, ensure that all safety system are function. Initial commissioning including the utilities, steam, air, water, dry, wet run, and equipment, process startup, feedstock, introduction, gradual ramp up to the design capacity. So normally to get the full capacity is not easy. We need to step by step, and also to running with the full capacity, we need to see the reliability of the all integrate of the equipment. Then also need to the performance test, validate output, quality, quantity, adjust control parameter, and operator training, SOP, emergency procedure, troubleshooting. Then hand over to operational team, final documentation and maintenance schedule. So this is very important. So this is now we on the end of presentation. So thank you very much for the watching this video. See you on the next video. Bye.